Hey everybody, it's Lisa here from Two Bridges Art Academy. So today I thought I would do a very quick pastel and show you how quickly you can actually get a really cool little painting done in no time with pastels. We are not going to fuss about this, and I'm going to go quickly, and I'm going to use limited colors as well. So my reference photo, I'm going to try to show it to you guys, is this, it's just a New England path. Colors are blooming here, so it's just a simple path with some trees. For my colors, I am just using a handful of colors here. I'm going to use a purple for a dark undertone. I've got a pink. Why? You'll see when I put it down. It's going to make it, it's just going to kind of make the colors come alive. Got a couple of oranges, a green, a dark, and a light. I would pick no more than 10 colors to do something like this. And so away we go. I've got my paper mounted. This is a Canson Métiers paper. As you can see, it is actually colored, so that will be helpful as we kind of start to layer. And so where do we start? Well, I'm actually going to start with, I guess, just kind of laying out kind of what this painting is going to look like. And it was a pretty simple composition, right? We had a path that kind of faded at the end. So I'm going to get some darker colors down there. And then, you know what I didn't pick is a sky, so I'm actually going to pull a light blue. We had a light blue sky, but not a ton of sky showing through on this. Now, normally you would work dark to light and then front to back. So, but there's no specific kind of set. So on this one, I might want to start putting down the blue because I got trees to go on top of it, right? So I just want to get some sort of color other than this orangey tone, which I think will actually work really well for once we put the leaves in. I think it'll fill in. I'm going to fill some of this light in later. I just wanted to get a little bit of it down. And then we had greens, and then we had the tall trees. So I'm going to do the trees last, even though a tree is a dark color, because that is like on top, right? So I'm going to start putting some greens. It's kind of a yellowy green. I'm not sure if I'm loving that. I'm going to go a little darker. Yeah, there's my dark green. There were trees that kind of just went all over the place. Again, you're trying to, when you're doing the underpainting or the beginning, you are just trying to get some colors down. So we had some there. And then I'm going to start filling in the dark, a little bit darker here. I am not pressing very hard here, right? I am actually, with pastels, you are going like super light. Because it's all about the layering. So I just think this color is actually going to help kind of bring out some of the other tones. You know what, could be wrong, but we'll see. And then I'm going to keep filling in kind of my greens. Some greens here. Oh, that's the other thing too, but with pastels, you will drop them all the time. So make sure you're using a mat when you do pastels, because I have crumbles. And now I'm just actually going to start. Yeah, see, look how this orange is just kind of easily flowing in because of the great undertone there. I don't always use a tinted paper. You can also do a wash underneath, like a watercolor wash. Not on this paper, but on other papers you can. So it's nice sometimes to have that option, or you can start from scratch. So I'm just getting some of the oranges in where I see oranges. I am looking at the reference painting. I know you can't see me, but I am looking at that reference painting. I'm getting some oranges in here. There's actually, I think I might throw some, that's not a red, I might throw some reds in, because I think in my painting I'm seeing some reds. You know, I didn't even need to use this red. I could have actually just used that pink. So, look at me using all these colors and telling you you'd be using a lot of colors on this. Okay, and then I'm just going to start filling in with some more tones of green. And this is a great green color here. It's just kind of, I think, made for work like this. Just a beautiful, you know, like bright day, sort of, no clouds, green that's like coming through. Again, this is a quick study that we're doing, but you can see how quickly you can actually start to get some beautiful colors down. And then we refine it, right? So one thing I would say is never be afraid of color with pastels. Never be afraid. I'm using some purple here. I'm going to use some purple here for a little bit of darkness here, right here. I have this really nice blue that I think is, I don't know, it's kind of like this neutral, basic blue that can work in a lot of different circumstances. So now I kind of have like the outline, but I need some trees. I also need to, you know, you can fill in more if you want to. You could start to rub, see what that does. It starts to fill in some of the gaps there. On a larger painting, I might do that. I'm actually not going to do that. I was just showing you. I actually don't care if there's some of the paper showing through. I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to add a few more darks in here because there's definitely darkness coming in where there's a ton of leaves. So just a little bit more darkness. And then we're going to start to add in those trees. So for the trees, I mean, I could use a purple on this. I could use the blue on it. It doesn't really matter. We're just kind of trying to get that darker tone. So I'm just going to start adding some of my trees in. And then the other thing to always keep in mind is, you know, you're trying to capture an emotion here. You're trying to capture the essence of what you saw, or what the photo, you know, is trying to capture. This is not an exact science. I'm not trying to 100% do everything that I saw in that photograph. Otherwise, I would just take photographs, right? This is my interpretation of it. And so do what you want to do, you know. If you don't like something in the composition, change it. Nobody is saying that you have to keep it exactly like you had it, you know, or exactly like you saw it. I am adding a little brown here because there's a lot of cool tones in here, and it's always good to add a little bit of warm next to your cools to help balance them out. You can see here it's actually really start to look like something here. These are also, you know, sometimes it's even good to do something like this as just like a little warm-up before you start like a larger project or something, just to get it's, you know, it's like, listen, when an athlete is you know, gonna jump on the field and you know, play a game or you know, do their sport or whatever, they're warming up. As an artist, we should be thinking the same way. You know, don't think that you're just going to sit down at your studio and at your desk or wherever you create and think that all of a sudden you're going to be able to just create. Sometimes it happens. Other days, it's like, nope, I need a little bit of help here, you know. So that's actually, you know, something to think of is like, do something like this before you actually go on to like a larger painting or something like that. You know, just move the paint around, get some colors down, see how, every time you do it, you learn more, you know, see how the colors are mixing, you know, like this orange is going over that blue, it loses its vibrancy. You see it up here, it's actually much more vibrant. It's less vibrant down here. That's okay. We learn. But you know what? This pink is actually gonna help it to pop and then, you know, just make sure you've got your values, right? So like, do I have enough darks in here? Do I have enough light in here? You know, what are the things that you should add? So this is actually not going to go much further with this. What I am going to do though is show you, you know, adding in some of those lights, right? And this right here is a super soft, extra soft white pastel that will just kind of, you know, give the appearance of the sun coming through. And give that value transition from your mediums to your dark colors. You don't want it too light, but you know, we want some sort of pop to say, hey, listen, sun's coming through here. None of this again has to be exact. You could look at, you know, maybe the painting doesn't have it here, but you say, you know what, I think that makes sense. And you know what? There you have it. So there's my pastel, very quickly done, using a ton of different colors. Do not be afraid of colors when you're using pastels. Use things that you say, that makes no sense. Why would you put purple down? I don't know. I think it's actually going to make a really cool painting. Don't worry about exactly replicating what you're seeing. Just focus on making a really, really nice painting. And don't worry about like being exact with things. But super simple. This was, you know, probably about 10 minutes and we got, you know, a really nice exercise done here. So I encourage everyone, go out, take beautiful photos, or if you can do it outside, fantastic. And just start painting with pastels. They're a little messy, but that's okay. Some baby wipes will take this right off. So thanks again for listening to Two Bridges, and happy painting.